home, I close my eyes, but I just can't seem to sleep. I wasn't supposed to see you, and I thought I was over you, but my pain is no longer at ease. I take a deep breath and I look at the sky, and I really don't care if I'm gonna die right now. Time is passing me by. You look so good in your records tonight. Sometimes I wish that you could have been mine right now. Time leaving me behind. It's the next day and I got no sleep, but I think that'll be okay. I know I can do this. I've had years to try and got 10 over this way. You got no hold on me. You left me broken, and from that I have regained. I'll carry on my life. You go and do the same, and neither of us will feel that pain. I take a deep breath and I look at the sky, and I really don't care if I'm gonna die right now. Time is passing me by. You look so good in your records tonight. Sometimes I still wish that you could have been mine right now. Time leaving me behind. Every time I close my eyes, it replays again. I get on all the time right now. Please don't tell me goodbye. I try to move on and I think I can, but then I think about how I lost my best friend right now. I am dying inside.
Welcome to the Third Down Show, the
True.
the official
That's it.
podcast of the Chicago Bears.
Yep, that's us.
That's
Yep.
us, right?
Yep, yep,
Can't take that
These
away
ding
from
dong.
us.
yep. The one in the Bears jersey, and then the one.
In the
Yep,
Nassau?
yep,
How do you
yep,
pronounce-
yep.
Nassau?
Nassau. Nassau.
The Nassau
Nassau.
Bahamas shirt. Well,
Yep.
since it's been a while since we've done anything here, there wasn't really much to talk about, unfortunately. There is now. But
There is now.
Nick, what's that shirt you have on there? What can you tell me about that shirt, Nick? What was
This
going
one?
on in your life? What was going on in your life?
I took a cruise. We knew that already, though. That was part of the show. I've been here since the cruise, but had to rep the shirt. Just decided, I sat down, didn't want to get back up. That's how it is. So, but the Bears, on the other hand, that shirt that you're wearing, it's a good one. I pointed the wrong way. That one.
This shirt always chaps my ass because I remember I got this jersey before Fields was on the team, and it was after Cody Parkey was a complete dunce, and so I put my name on the back of it because I'm like, you know what? Let me bring some good luck to this team. And then the motherfucker, Fields gets drafted, which is great. I love Fields, but of course he has to pick number 1. It ruins my entire shirt. Now
Does it ruin it, or I think it makes it better?
Well,
now
it's
you're not the Cody Parkey guy.
You know what? I have my own name on the back of it now. Now people are gonna be like, "Wow, you stole Fields' jersey." No, in reality, Fields stole my jersey. Okay,
That's true.
let's
But
not
you've
get
got
this
the
wrong.
you've got the stamp on it. You've got the Bears 100 stamp on it.
Got the 100 years.
So,
It's true.
yep. So I mean, Fields wasn't here for the Bears 100.
It's true. So maybe I do have it there. But now
Yeah,
I'm
you've got
worried
it.
when I go to the game on
Sunday?
next Sunday, not this Sunday,
Yep.
but next Sunday for the Vikings. People are gonna be like, "Oh, you got nice Fields. What's on the back of that?" Like, it's me.
It's me. I'm on the back of it.
It's like, okay, fucking weirdo. I'm like, oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
So, let's start it off the right way. Let's, I think the last time we streamed, last time we did the podcast, last time we did the
Yep.
show, we
Yep.
Discussed our schedule and what we thought was going to happen.
Should we go back to that? Should we check that out? Should we see what we said about the Bears?
Oh, I know what I said.
I know what you said. In fact, I remember exactly what you said. Actually, week 3, I want to say you said something pretty.
I said that we were going to go
pretty
9-1 in the first 10 weeks, and the only loss is going to come to the Vikings. It didn't happen.
including week 3 against the defending champs.
I was really hoping Chris Jones wasn't
remember
playing yet. All right, I blame
I
it on
remember
that. I really was hoping that our defense would show up. It didn't happen either. Still hasn't.
Well, if
really
Chris
happened.
Jones was on our defense, they would have showed up, but he was on the other team's defense still.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Man, we've been through a lot so far. I mean, we could take it all the way back to week 1. I think that was a rough one. That was a rough loss.
Every time you lose to the Packers, it's a rough one.
It was supposed to be the new Bears, man, and we came out so flat. We're talking preseason was incredible. DJ Moore was insane. We thought the offense was going to be humming. We thought Getsy was the guy. And then we go... It was home, right? I'm pretty sure it was home against the Packers. And laid a big egg. Felt like we had gotten blown out, you know? Felt like we got torched.
We did get blown out.
I mean, we did not get blown out. There was not a goose egg on the scoreboard, but it felt like
what do you consider?
it felt as
blown
if there
out, though?
was.
What is the point difference that you consider a blowout?
Oh, dude, honestly, 14 plus, 17 plus, I would say. 3
I'm
scores.
pretty sure we lost by 17 plus.
I mean, if you're down by 3 scores, it's pretty bad.
I mean, I don't even want to look up what the. I know the Packers had 30 or 40.
So let's go to week 2. We could go to week 2 where we thought
we lost by 18, so just
Ooh.
above a blowout.
yeah, it was not a great one.
There was.
It was more respectable than the ending score was, though. They ran it up, rightfully so. They ran it up.
Got 2 touchdowns at the end, and one of them was a pick 6, or it was an interception that led to a touchdown or something. It was.
Yeah.
We were in it until I forgot what play it was.
Till we weren't.
There you go.
We were in it until we weren't.
Yeah.
Week 2. You want to talk about week 2? Let's go to week 2, because I would rather forget about week 1. There were so many errors. It was effort. The hits principle was gone. I mean, cleaned from the entire building. There was no hits principle. So week 2, we were like, we've got to bounce back. What was week 2?
That was gonna be a big game for us. That was against the Buccaneers, if I'm correct, right?
It was a winnable game.
That was against the Bucks, though. Who, beginning of the season, if I remember correctly, we said the Bucks are gonna be one of the bottom teams.
Oh yeah, I think we were both trashing the Bucks.
Pretty crazy. They came out beating the Vikings, so that right there is like, well, okay, maybe they're not who we thought they were.
Earns our respect.
They beat the Bears, and again, it's just everyone wanted to point their finger at Fields real quick. You know, everyone always does, but it really, for me, it comes down to the offense coordinator. What are you calling? You remember the biggest play of the game? 2 screen passes in a row.
Yeah.
On what, the 3-yard line? Your 3-yard line? Not even the other.
And I think they set up in that play 3 times in a row. There was a penalty the first time. They lined up in the exact same play over again, said, we're going to run it still. The defense knew it. And I mean, the first time it didn't work. And then the second time, rough one.
I know you agree.
So 3 times you line up in the same play call 3 times in a row. It's never going to work. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is there.
The biggest
So
issue,
we
who
were-
runs a screen pass on your own 3-yard line. Screen passes, you have to come back 3 yards to set them up. So you're gonna give
Yeah.
yourself a safety? Like,
Yeah.
come on, Getsy.
It's rough. And so week 1, it was like, hey, we just came out flat. We were still in off-season mode, right? Week 2, we said, hey, it's coaching, right? And what? I think at that point, it was the next week that Fields came out and said, coaching, right? And that was against the defending champs. The
about
Taylor
why do
Swift
you
coming
look
out
so-
game.
Why do you look so robotic? And he goes, it could be coaching, could be something else, which it gets completely blown out of proportion.
It did.
Fields is
It
blaming
did.
his teammates. Fields doing this. Fields doing that. Which we lost.
He
to the
was blaming
Buccaneers.
himself. He was saying, like, it's on me. I'm overthinking it. I'm thinking
Yes.
too much.
Absolutely. But you gotta hate the media, which is why they should put us back there for the scrums. We can get the real questions for all the good people out there that want to know.
Oh, yeah.
We ask the hard-hitting questions like, what is
Oh,
your
yeah.
favorite color? Where did you go to
Exactly.
school?
Is it blue and orange? Why is it blue and orange?
Exactly. What's your favorite ice
Exactly.
cream? Double chocolate chip? Like, what do you like?
Why is it Moose Tracks?
So Moose Tracks is a good one. I'll give you Moose Tracks. I like Rocky Road too. I'll give you both.
Okay, all right.
But we lost that game 27-17. So now we're looking first game 38-20. Second game 27-17. Not a good start, especially against the Buccaneers. And you know what? We were in the Buccaneers game until the end. I believe there was an untimely it was there a fumble? A fumble and then an interception?
I think it was the fumble and then the interception. Yeah, and there was still like kind of a chance, but the fumble kind of gave it away. It was just
we were
poor.
neck
I
and neck
them.
with them. Who fumbled it? Was it Herbert?
I think it was Fields, wasn't
Was
it?
Well, I gotta look at the stats now.
Pretty sure it was Fields. There were some untimely
Fields had 2
turnovers.
interceptions.
Okay.
And then, of course, you can't forget that Mike Evans PI missed call that got them a 63-yard catch and brought them down at I think the 3-yard line or something. That was insane. I mean,
Yeah, that's rough.
That
I mean,
was
when
PI. That was PI. There's no
yeah,
other way to call
you
it.
know when the refs aren't in your corner anymore, In fact,
They
I think
never-
that's when I had started putting out. I want to say that's when I had started putting out. Yeah, the week 2 breakdown. That's what I had. So I had a whole
Go
breakdown
through
of
that-
this
go
on
through that
Twitter.
week through.
Okay,
Break that
all right.
down.
Yeah, I had a whole mess of tweets on the week 2 breakdown. Started with Justin Fields. Started with the offense. Said no idea if it's coaching, lack of trust, or otherwise, but feels like something was off. Only the team could really know, but timing, decision making, anticipation, footwork, and just the throws were off. And we needed to see flashes from Fields. That was a surefire thing. This season, we said we needed to see more than just flashes, but consistency, right? 2 weeks we go down like that. We had to see flashes again. We were just hoping for flashes again.
I'm gonna give the team some hope.
The offensive line was a complete mess. I got way too excited when Dan Feeney had come in for 2 plays. That mullet and mustache, man. We needed that nastiness. While Tev was out, actually. And Braxton Jones had a rough day, I remember. He was letting number 0, the guy who changed his last name, actually. I remember he was getting after it, and he might be an up and coming player, but he's not the dude, So it was weird that Braxton Jones was kind of missing that. No excuses. The scheme was terrible, and I was watching breakdowns like crazy after that week, and there were some weird things that coaches were asking the guys to do up front blocking wise. It was just a mess.
Is that who you're talking about? Yaya Diaby?
It might have been, yeah. And then receivers, tight ends included, needed to be better. I know that was Chase Claypool was terrible the first 2 weeks, right? I think he was.
We'll get into Claypool later.
We'll get into Claypool, yeah.
Claypool.
Shout out to old man Mercedes Lewis. He's literally the best blocker on the team to this day. Week 5, to this day, he is the best blocker on the entire team. Maybe Darnell Wright. Darnell Wright's doing some fantastic things, but Mercedes Lewis, man, he's basically an offensive tackle out there. And honestly, I don't know why we have Cole Kmet doing blocking things when it could be Mercedes Lewis. He's insane. He's old as hell, and the dude would grade better than most PFF darling O linemen out there, right? Like, period. Pass catching wise, scheme wise, timing, hands, it was all terrible. And we needed to see more of Moore and Mooney, right? We needed to see more DJ and more Mooney. Everything else was trash. I said we needed to stop playing it safe on first down.
DJ Moore did catch 6 catches for 104 yards that game.
But we needed to see more. Remember, it was like all like the first half, and then he was just done after that. Like, we needed more than that. We needed to see what we saw this week.
Yeah, we had a touchdown in the first quarter, which, in true Bears fashion, is we always start out strong, and then second half adjustments come around, or I guess lack thereof. I don't know. I'm not in the.
And I remember in that game, and I'll get into it with my tweets, but there were no adjustments. That was the problem. There were no adjustments in that game.
Exact same.
So I said we needed to be better on first down. We can't just run pass. That's been a thing with so many Bears coaches, right? I mean, we're talking Mike Martz, Matt Nagy, all of them. They were like run pass, and then get into the third and long. You know, that's literally what we named the show off of. It was the fact that us as Bears fans, we're so hurt by the third and longs. We've seen them for so long. We've seen them for a decade at this point. I mean, that's where we came up with the third down show, you know?
It's true.
So we needed to
It's
do
very
better
true.
on the early downs.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
The penalties were killing us at that point. Still kind of killing us. Feels like we were going backwards everywhere. Runs and screens were too predictable. We needed to see the shot plays. We didn't get any calls, but we also needed to see the shot plays, right? Like, Fields wasn't passing to the middle of the field at all. Fields wasn't throwing 20 yards downfield, something he did insanely well in college. In fact, I want to get to this point. I literally said word for word, Justin Fields needs to rip it. I don't care how many INTs he ends the season with. That's still what I stand by. I want to see that man just rip it. Hit your first read. I don't care if it's not open. You need to build trust. You need to see what your guys are made of. And you just need to throw the damn ball, because he was holding on to it, double clutching. His dropbacks were terrible. His footwork was awful because he was uncomfortable. It was just all bad. Defense, week 2, we made Baker Mayfield look like Patrick Mahomes. There was no pressure. There's still no pressure. Didn't feel threatening even when we did get a pressure, because we couldn't finish a sack. I remember Unique and Jervin Dexter both had, I think, sacks in that game, if not heavy pressures. And I remember there were ones that we couldn't finish. Both of those guys couldn't finish, but they did get my effort players of the week there. Those two are fun to watch to this day. They both got sacks this week. Stat line, I'll tell you, the linebackers were flying around, but I mean, eye test, that's bullshit. Edmonds and Edwards, I challenged them. I said they had missed tackles, and more missed tackles than the tackles that they did make. They were taking terrible angles. Sanborn was the one that had flew around. Just watch the tape on that. You know, week 2, Sanborn was the guy, not either of the two, you know, big paid guys. I wanted to love him, but I just couldn't yet. If you saw any of my live tweets, you'd know secondary was coaching adjustments. In my opinion, Stevenson was playing tight and scrappy as usual. Mike Evans was playing the crafty vet, aka OPI, every game, or every play. But we just needed Jalen Johnson to follow him. And then we shouted out Greg Stroman for bringing the absolute fucking heat on a hit. But they called back with a penalty, I believe. But he brought the heat, and I didn't care, you know, anything else. Overall, there was a lot of concern with scheme confusion in year 2. I mean, that's just unacceptable. Hits was gone. That hits principle was just non-existent. So that's what I had. That was my string of tweets. I did another breakdown for week 3, but I don't think we need to go through it because Taylor Swift coming out game, Chiefs hung 40 on us. What are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah, we can pretty much skip week 4, but or
week 3. Week 3.
We don't even need
Not only can we skip it, but we should forget about it because that's when the whole madness at Hallis Hall happened too, which was like unheard of for a Bears team.
Alan Williams. I
Yeah.
mean, I'll be honest with almost said Nagy. With Eberflus calling the defense that game, it looked like a different team. The only issue is the Chiefs are the Chiefs. That is the issue. The Chiefs will always be the Chiefs. Until I don't know what happens.
Andy
Until
Reid.
something else happens. Patty Mahomes leaves, Andy Reid leaves. I don't know.
I mean, it's just Andy Reid in my opinion. He was making Alex Smith look like a
That too. Andy Reid's a
great
coach.
quarterback.
Come be a
Yeah,
consultant
Andy
for the
Reid's
Bears.
incredible.
Come be the coach for the Bears. We'll do it.
I'll take him at 70. I'll take him.
Oh, hell yeah.
So then week 4 was supposed to be a winnable game. Week 4 was a winnable game. Week 4 was a Broncos team that hasn't shown anything all season and had just come off of a blowout. We're talking real ass blowout against the track star Miami Dolphins, where they hung 70. It was a 50-point differential in that game against the Broncos Dolphins. And the Bears put up just as many points. I mean, the Bears put up what? 30?
We had 28.
Almost 30?
We had 28.
Yeah.
We were up 28-7, and then the second half hit. I don't know what caused it. Second half hit though. And then
It was 0 adjustments. I mean, it happened again against the Commanders this week. It happened again where the second half, the other team gets the ball, they come out, they score a touchdown, right? That's exactly what happened with Denver. That's exactly what happened with Washington.
But the biggest thing of week 4 against the Broncos, there was hope.
There's a lot of hope.
We lost, yes. Not at all on Fields that game, though. Not at all. Because you know what he did? I gotta pull this up here. Hold on. I'm over here working in the silence, really trying to figure this out here.
Well, the big difference in that game was that the toxicity was gone.
Like Chase Claypool is gone. And you know what?
Benched.
You know what? People want to come out and say you shouldn't have traded your first round, second round pick. They're right. But you know what? You live and let die. It's done. It's over. Okay? It happened.
Yep.
So here, let me see if I can.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at the time, I liked the Claypool move. People forget, right? We had last year we had what? Valus, EQ, Pettis, and Darnell Mooney as our receivers. I mean, those are all, except for EQ, shorter dudes. The slot type receiver. We didn't have any big sideline receiver that we needed. And Claypool had been a dude in Pittsburgh. And I mean, to throw a second round pick at it, and yes, I get it. It turned out to be number 32, but to take a chance on it and say, could he be our outside guy, still 24 years old? I think it's worth it. It's worth kicking the tires on that, Did it work out? No. And that's okay. I respect Poles trying to make the move.
So let me pull this up here. This right here, this is your passing chart versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from week 2.
Yep.
I'm not going to show week 1. I'm not going to show week 3 against the Chiefs. This is Fields' passing chart. He went, it's a little bit cut off, but you don't need to worry about the stats he had. It was, I think, 211 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. You could see the layout of where everyone is going. You can see where the completions are. You can see where the incompletions are. I think, what does that say? I gotta get back in this. There we go. You see, he had the one touchdown he had was a 25-yard. Well, it looks like it's at the 25-yard, right? 25-yard throw. Is that what it looks like?
Yeah, 25.
Okay. Fields is not, first of all, Fields is not a pocket passer. He never will be. Don't make him something he's not. He moves with his legs and he knows how to throw it deep. Okay, that's how that goes. Look at how many passes are within 10 yards. Don't even make 10 yards. 9, maybe 8 yards. What kind of game plan is that where you're trying to make your quarterback just throw short? All right? You know he's not used to that. You know he doesn't want to do that.
I mean, at Ohio State, he was a deep ball dude. I mean, I think coming out, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm remembering correctly, he was like the next coming of Russell Wilson when it came to the deep ball. He had that moon ball that came down so nice. So nice.
Yep.
That's exactly what we needed to see again. And we're doing this shit, you know? This, most of the game is within 10 yards type offense, screens, nothing over the middle, no big plays.
Now, we did not win this game, okay? But this is the Broncos. Look at the difference. Look at how many passes are actually past the 10-yard line. Look at that. Look at the touchdown there, the 30-yard touchdown. Look at the 20-yard touchdown. Again, there was one touchdown that was, you know, within like...
Yo,
it was
holy shit.
pass.
Look at this. Yo, the other way, this one. This moon ball right, what is it, here?
Right, yeah, over there.
He's got a fucking moon ball that went 50 yards? Holy shit.
Yeah. I believe that was, wasn't that a Hail Mary or something like that in the game?
Oh, was it? It might have been
That
a Hail
was-
Mary.
That was if I remember correctly, he
Halftime.
didn't miss one pass except the
Yeah.
Hail Mary.
Yeah, right before halftime. That was the Hail Mary. Holy shit. I thought it was a real shot at 50 yards.
No, I mean, he threw it 50 yards. It went 50 yards.
Yeah, but it wasn't a real shot. It was a Hail Mary.
He still got the arm to get it there, you know?
Oh, he's got the arm. He's got plenty of arm.
But the biggest thing that I've noticed with Fields, this offense is, I think what gets you is finally realizing, cut it in half. Notice how if you're calling every pass, you know, let's say you make a pie out of it. So let's say you cut the pie into 3 pieces. That right side of the field is getting 2/3 of the pie. That left side of the field is getting 1/3. You're cutting it in half and having it major on one side, and you have some stuff on the other. And the Bears were dominant when you did that. The offense looked unstoppable. They looked unstoppable. They looked great. They had
Yeah, he's dominant to his right, obviously.
He was 16 of 16 at one point. And it was 16 of 16 with like 200 yards. It wasn't like little checkdowns here and there. He made checkdowns when he needed to. You can see there at the line of scrimmage. You know, there are 5 passes below. And chances are those are screens. Because if we decide to run like, 3 screens a half for some reason or a quarter? I don't know why.
I mean, I don't mind a screen, especially when the run game's not working. But if I'm not mistaken, this game, the run game was working too. We were moving.
It was. Let me just pull that up there, and there you go. 335, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. There was a fumble. The fumble happened, I believe, like 1.1 seconds into a snap where he got hit, and then the interception was Cole Kmet running a route across, and I guess he stopped to turn back. I honestly have no idea who was at fault for that.
I think I remember that one. I think that was I'd put that one on Fields personally. I think the ball was behind him.
So I don't know if the play was supposed to be Cole Kmet runs a slant and just goes across, because if he keeps going, it's there. You're 6'6", you know? That is you go up there, you body him. But I guess Cole Kmet was stopping because he saw the coverage and was going to cut back instead. I don't know. I remember the interview after was Fields said Cole Kmet did exactly what he's supposed to do. I was just hoping he would play football. Which, to be fair, is exactly what Travis Kelce does for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
How many times do those plays break down and it's just a scramble drill, you know? And it's just Mahomes getting the ball into Kelce's area and he goes for it. You know, it's just, what are you going to do? It should have been. I wish I would have seen more effort with. I like Kmet, I really do. I think he's a great tight end. I just feel at times he's too scared to venture off the book. He doesn't want to change up what he's doing. He's like,
Yeah.
This is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm gonna do. There's no room for variation in it, which it makes me wonder. It's like, you're a great tight end listening to the book, but dude, you're 6'6".
Yeah, let's go hit fucking dingers, bro. Like...
Exactly. You're huge. What are you gonna do? You got bodied by like a 5'11" guy? Like, you're 6 foot. Is he 6'6"?
I'm pretty 6'6", 6'5", something like that. He's big
tall.
old boy.
He's tall.
Yeah.
You got a half a foot increase on him.
I mean, not to mention he's probably 245. Like, he's a big dude. Period.
And he's from Chicago. Well, he's from Naperville, but he's from here.
Love him. Is he from Arlington Heights?
Is he Arlington Heights, Naperville, or where? I don't know.
I don't remember. He is from Chicago area though.
Let me pull up one more thing here. So let's take us into last week, or I guess Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday, 2 days ago. It was incredible. I mean, it was everything that we wanted week 1 to be, everything we needed week 2 to be, everything week 3 I'll let slip. Everything week 4 should have been and was, right? Like if we had just put our foot down on defense one time, made one adjustment. I mean, got one turnover, those are the types of things that we needed to do in week 4 to be 2-3 and clawing back into this season. Now we just get our first win in 346 days, and that's great. But we can't go another 346, man. All right? Me as a Bears fan, you as a Bears fan, we can't fucking do it. All right? We can't go 346 more days.
No, I can't do it.
So we got to come out of this mini bye, 10 days, and do exactly what we did, within 4 days of each other, right? We went into Sunday and we did exactly what we needed to with the Broncos. We should have won. All right? But week 5 was it. Week 5 was the real deal. Week 5, the defense was flying around. We got 2 turnovers against the Commanders. We got 5 or 6 sacks, I think. Defense was playing. We were still getting torched at moments, and that's going to happen with this defense, especially you have Greg Stroman and Elijah Hicks, who I'm a fan of, but Eddie Jackson and Jalen Johnson are going to be the dudes, So it's one of those things where the defense was flying around and doing their job. And that's why we won by 20 points, but that also should have been Denver, and that should be next week too,
Yep.
What do you got?
Let's go back to the Broncos. There's your Broncos play art, okay? Now, there we go, the Commanders offense. Even less shots that are within 5 yards. Almost everything is past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Almost everything is. And what do? They cut the field in half again. Look at how many passes go to the left side. You got your passes to the right side there. And now look at that. Almost the exact same thing on the opposite side.
Yeah.
And how many shots were taken deep? That is exactly
so many
what
shots.
Done. This shot to Mooney, the one that's like, you could probably point at it better than me. The one outlier on the right side of the field was within 30 yards.
Yeah.
That should have been caught. Mooney's got to keep running his route. He can't stop to turn around. Mooney is one of the best wide receivers when it comes to adjusting his body midair. And he uses that a lot. But in that case, you're going. You can't stop.
That was the first play of the game.
Yes.
We come out first play of the game after a touchback.
Yes.
That would have been electric.
That was a beautiful ball. It didn't make it. You didn't get caught. It is what it is. But
there were probably 4 or 5 shots to Mooney that were like that. Specifically off of the sail concept, where I think it was to the left most of the time, where the inside guy takes a corner and then the outside guy takes an in. I think it's the opposite. I think that's swapped. I think that's actually switched. There's a clear out on the outside, and then the in or the out, I guess, coming past it. Those plays just need to go away. It needs to stop. Okay,
Yes.
because Fields can't hit it. He had, I think, 2 balls to Mooney, one on the left and one on the right side of the field, that were both misses. I think. Well, obviously not on the right side. Both to the left, I guess. Both misses.
Times, though. One of them was bad. The other one, it bounced off his fingertips. And it's just, again, if it hits you in the worst part of your fucking body when you're catching a ball, the hands, you gotta catch it. You know?
Yeah, we got a
If it's
saying
in the
around
worst
here.
spot,
Hits you in the hands, you gotta catch it.
yeah. And, you know, the hands are the worst part of an athlete to catch, you know? That's what it seems like half the time. But the amount of throws that are within 15 and farther on the left side of the field is exactly what you want to see out of your quarterback. Because you're throwing it on the sideline. He has a barrier to be safe with. If you don't feel good about it, you're already looking that way, sail it. Send it right over. Don't even worry about it. You're not going to have an interception. Throw it away. Because lots of times Fields struggles with, getting rid of the ball in time. And I get lots of times your guys are locked up, but sometimes you just got to send it, you know? Make it look like it's going somewhere, but sail it over their head. And I know maybe you want to be perfect. Maybe you don't want to hear the media saying, oh, wow, look at Fields missing another pass. And you know what? It doesn't matter what the media thinks. Maybe half the time when you miss, you want to miss. You don't want someone to catch that. How many times are you
Fucking
going to throw
rip
the ball?
it. Fucking rip it. That's all. That's the entire season for me. Just fucking rip it, dude. That's all I want to hear.
Yeah. How
Like,
many times do you aim at the line of scrimmage and you know it's just a check down, he's not going to get anywhere? How many times do you just want to miss him on purpose? You know, how many times do you see a receiver drop the ball on purpose because they don't want to catch it there because it's not going to help out at all? It's just it's a game of mental fortitude at times. You know, you just gotta be smart about it. You don't gotta listen to what anyone else says outside of it. But look at see all 3 of DJ Moore's touchdowns, and then you have one to Cole Kmet, which one is the Kmet touchdown? I got
the Kmet touchdown was because it was on the goal line. Yeah, it was close. Yeah, it's probably one of those 2 on the left side there, like towards the middle of the field.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, DJ Moore is a yak king, dude. He is a run after catch king. Yards after contact king. I mean, he's insane. So we got to get him the ball in space and just let that man move. Honestly, he needs 10 targets a game. You know, he needs 8 to 10 targets a game. None of this like 5 or 6 shit.
No.
Like, nobody can lock that man down. Did you see what he did in the corner of the end zone? That was a perfect ball and a perfect catch.
Yes. Yeah. He should have had one more. He should have had 2 more touchdowns. There was another throw to the corner where Fields overthrew him a little bit, and you know Fields knew that. He called out. He goes, "Hey man, that's my bad." The other one, I'm just saying, I never saw a replay. I never saw a replay of that man's foot stepping out. People show him pictures on Twitter, and it's like, oh, it's clear. Look at this. I didn't see it live. I never saw him step out. I want to see the video of him stepping out.
I don't know. That's a rough one, actually, because technically, if his heel was up, which would have been tough for him to do, like you're running and it's, you know, toe heel, but if he just toed there on the sideline, that would have been pretty impressive because the heel was out of bounds. The heel was fucking out of bounds.
See, that's what the picture shows. But I don't know if that picture's from earlier.
Was he just toe, man?
There was one where he ran out of bounds over there before. So I don't know. I just wish I could have seen it live, which I saw it live. I just wish I could have seen a zoomed in version of his foot.
It was weird that the broadcast didn't replay it.
No,
it was really weird.
They didn't even talk about it.
It's
interesting. It's always interesting, these little things that they do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
I mean, it was in Washington too. It was in Washington. You know.
Speaking of being in Washington now, the biggest question: did you see the picture that's circulating the internet of the man with the phone on the Bears sideline?
No, I don't think so.
You called it out mid-game.
Oh, did I? Did I? Yes. The dude with the Washington Commanders phone case.
You called that out, but there's a lot more to it. There were two people there. To the right of him, there's another guy who had a pocket like this, like a shirt pocket.
Yeah.
Had his phone in there. Camera pointing out almost directly at Getsy's playbook. And so people are wondering, why the hell do they have a phone on the field in general? And also in the video, like in the picture, it's like the guy's not looking at him with the phone. There's a video where he lifts his phone up and he almost points it directly at the playbook. Let me see if I can find it for you.
I did not see any of that.
Let me see if I can find it.
I didn't see any of that. That's wild. So I did call out that dude. Me and Vince watched every single game together.
Washington Commanders phone case over there,
Yep. He was a little away from the Bears team, right? He was a little away. He was further down the sideline at the time. I think they were doing a zoom in of either Eberflus or Getsy or someone like that who was in the foreground. He was in the background, kind of further down, maybe 5 yards down. And I did call that out. I thought you were going to talk about oh god, there was another thing that happened on the sideline, wasn't there? I don't remember now. I forgot it, but I did call that one out. That was a weird one. That was a weird little interaction. Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the dude who kept coming up to Fields and talking to Fields. Bears dude talking to Fields, not bald ass Luke Getsy. All right, different dude. And I was interested in that. I was interested in that guy because I was like, it's not Getsy talking to Fields all the time. It was a different dude. I liked that dude. I liked his energy. I liked what he was talking to Fields about because Fields was playing fucking good after he was talking to him. So I feel like that guy is the guy that we need to grab,
Yeah. You're sorry, I'm pulling this picture up here for you. This I don't know who originally posted it. This is an addition by good old Drunk Ryan Poles. Good man.
All right.
Yeah, he really circles it for you, so you can see the. You can really tell what happened.
Shout out, Drunk Ryan Poles.
Always good old shout out for Drunk Ryan Poles. I'm just gonna throw this right in the center of the screen, and you tell me what you think about this. All right, you ready for this?
All right. Yep. Let's see what's going on here.
He circled it so you can really tell.
Yeah. Okay, so it was a close up of Getsy. I did call out the guy on the left there, left of the picture.
I didn't notice the guy on the right during it, but do you see
that
phone? Who puts their phone like that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but I put camera down. Like, I'm camera down kind of guy.
Whoever puts their phone in their pocket like that, my phone's always going in my pants pocket.
Yeah.
That is very sus right there. Very suspicious.
That's a little weird.
It's
a little weird. I don't know. Are both of those guys Washington dudes? Can we tell from the?
I mean, honestly, we don't even know if the guy on the. We don't even know if the guy on the left is a Washington dude. He could have just broke his phone case and he's in the stadium like, hey man, I need to get another phone case real quick,
I mean, what? He's got an NFL logo shirt on, right?
They both have passes.
Interesting, man. Oh. Getsy's got to throw away the playbook, man.
Of course, as soon as we figure it out. But the crazy thing is, if they were doing this and they, they still couldn't stop us, Real question is, did Bill Belichick hire them? Do we play the Patriots this year?
Yeah.
Do we play the Patriots?
I don't think so. I can check. I have the phone on my schedule. I'm drunk, bro. Holy shit. No, we don't. No AFC East. Did you hear me say that shit backwards?
I did hear that. Let me.
I have the phone on my schedule, man. Fuck. Phone on my schedule. I'm shit. Oh, I'm just gonna say that from now on. No, we do not have the AFC East. Who we have in the AFC? We have the AFC North, right? No, the AFC West. We have the West.
Oh, not that one.
Not that one either.
No,
Oh, not that one.
We're getting all these right here. Hold on.
Oh.
All right. Display 3? That's weird. Just
What?
this makes me laugh. It popped up. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
So I just popped this up on Twitter real quick. You know, a little screen capture here. It's easier for me to show you. Look at this. There's a video of it. Okay. Like they didn't get a very good angle.
Oh,
of
there's
it.
a video.
But tell me this
Alright.
guy didn't take his phone, put it on like record mode, and lift it up to point it at the screen. All right.
All right. Yeah.
You see the lift? See the lift? Like people only do that when they're recording, right?
Yeah.
No one can
And
use
he's
their phone
holding it
like
with two
that.
hands too.
Yeah.
He's stabilizing it with two hands.
Stabilizing it with two. Wait. What is that? What's
He's
that pass
zooming.
say?
He's zooming.
All
That was a
access
zoom?
pass. That was a zoom. That was a zoom.
That was a zoom, and then hold it with two hands.
What
Look
does
at
that say right there? I can't tell. All access.
All access. Okay, so that means he had access to both sidelines, right?
I don't know. Is that like a journalist thing or like what is that?
Wait, what's on his arm? Oh, Washington Week, right?
Week. I don't know.
Yeah, but it says Washington. I think WAS, Washington Week, right? That's my thought.
Where do you see Washington? Oh, yeah, at the top, yeah. Or
Yeah.
maybe it was the week.
Yeah, it was the week.
Very interesting. Here's another picture of it. See, from this angle, it doesn't look that bad. Okay.
No.
This is what it sounds like.
Well, wait, that does look like the same angle though. So it
See,
looks
now-
like maybe he's taking a picture of the field.
Pro Football Talk comes out and says, NFL explains curious image from Thursday night's game featuring someone with a phone in a commander's case seemingly lurking behind Bears. Getsy. In a nutshell, the person with the phone was a uniform inspector, and Getsy was well behind the designated bench area. Okay. You want to go with that? Fine.
Okay.
But what the hell's going on? What is this guy doing? What is this guy doing?
Huh. First
It just-
comment. Caught in 4K. Nice.
Just very interesting.
That is
Very-
interesting. I don't think it's anything. I'm not gonna think anything of it.
I tend to agree. I
What did
tend to
Pro
think
Football
so.
Talk say? Who did they say it was? It was a uniform guy?
inspector. Yes.
Okay. All right. So I assume the dude next to him was also a uniform inspector. You know,
This is very
they're moving
interesting.
in pairs.
Maybe, but they have different. Look, they got different colored passes though. He's got that, and he's got something else. He's got like a scorecard pass. What? He's like failing if you messed up on your uniform. Like, oh.
Yeah, but he also has the green wristband or green armband. The dude on the right.
I feel like everybody on the sideline probably has that green armband.
I don't know.
I don't know.
know.
I just.
I actually don't think anything crazy of it, but still, that's wild, man.
Very interesting.
That's wild. I'm not gonna buy into the bullshit. Who do we have next week?
Next week we are
We've
facing
got the
Vikings.
Vikings. Yeah, we've got the Vikings
I'll
next
be
week.
at that game,
That's right.
sitting in section 226 or something like that.
226. Is that what you guys went to?
Yeah, we
Good for
pulled
you.
Hold off a little. Hear me out. Hear me
All
out.
right.
The 3 seats, 325 and 326. You had to get that. Like when you buy tickets, you got to buy them in like pairs and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
we found single seats. And in 226, there's like single seat. 2 were taken, single seat on the aisle that were all available. And they were all cheaper too. And it's like, you
Oh.
know what? Let's try something here. And good old Johnny came up with a great idea. He goes, here, I'll buy the aisle seat. And then you guys get the inside seats, okay? And like we did that. And he goes,
And then ask
I'll
to switch.
give the guy, like, I'll give him like a $20 bill or something. Be like, hey man, can I switch with you? Like, can you have the aisle seat? Because obviously, the aisle seat is what you want. You know?
Yeah, that's a hot
Like,
commodity.
the aisle seat is the hot commodity. So if the guy doesn't want to switch, first of all, he's a freak. Okay?
Yeah, psycho.
Second of all-
Absolute psycho.
Second of all, John's just gonna be really loud, trying to talk to me like, hey, you guys see that play over there? You know, you see that? Like, yeah, John, we saw it. You know?
All right.
We saw it all. But that is
Yeah.
the plan behind that.
The hack to get better seats for cheaper prices. Listen up, everybody.
It's just absolutely crazy. Couldn't even buy the two as a double together. Couldn't even do that. Like they were both just single seats, which is why they're cheaper because who wants to buy a seat alone? You know?
Yeah, psycho if you're going to a game alone. Psycho.
Yeah. Sorry if any of you are going alone.
Sorry. Yep.
It's just weird. You know?
Let's talk about week 6. Let's talk about Minnesota week.
Well, now it's
Is it
gonna
at
be the
home?
battle
Yeah,
of
it is at
Jay-
home. I knew
Now
that.
it's gonna be the battle of Jay Jettas versus DJ Moore. Pretty much.
Yeah, are we getting Jalen Johnson back anytime soon? Missing him right about
Johnson
now.
Questionable, or was Jalen Johnson out?
He was out. He was out.
Not a good sign.
Yeah, I do not think he participated in practice, but we have that 10-day bye.
Before we even move on, how about Big Tev?
Oh, he's a
That-
mauler. He's
that-
mean.
That game, the pass blocking and the run blocking, night and day when Tevin Jenkins is out there.
Yeah.
You could tell when Carter was out there and when
I
Jenkins was out
called
there.
that during the game, and you were like, "No, it's got to be Tev still out there." No, Carter was. He was like Tev was on a snap count. I'm pretty sure
Other than-
because Carter
he
was
probably
out
wasn't even
there
really
for a
supposed to
couple
come in.
series.
Which, you know what? That offensive line, first of all, like again, I keep saying first of all, 'cause I keep thinking of things I forgot about during the game. Bravo to Justin Fields for saving Cody Whitehair's ass on a couple of those snaps. Holy
Oh, yeah.
shit.
Oh
How
yeah.
many times you gonna snap it that high, dude? How did you go to the Pro Bowl half the time? I think he went, 2 years to the Pro Bowl as a center?
I don't know. I think Cody is a better blocker than
Great blocker.
Lucas Patrick.
Great blocker, but my God,
His snaps are so dog shit.
gotta work on them. But thank God Fields played baseball.
He's been
He's the
working on him for 4 years.
Well, he's been playing guard the last couple of years.
He's
Remember,
been
we've
in
had
at
Sam-
center for. I mean, Lucas Patrick was hurt most of last year,
you're
hurt some
forgetting
of
who
this year.
You're forgetting who took over for Lucas Patrick.
I know who took over for Lucas Patrick. Yep, I remember.
Who apparently
remember.
is now
Ravens
balling out on the
legend.
Ravens, apparently.
Ravens legend.
We suffer so you guys can get better, so
Yep.
that's fine. But
Yep.
yeah, the
And you
amount
called
of
it out,
snaps
Sam
over
Sam Cosme, the turnstile.
Turnstile Sam Cosme. That
Yep,
Bears
you
defense
called that out.
came alive at the end of the game. Came alive at the
Yep.
end of the game. Which did you know?
Let's talk about some dudes that we liked. We love Walker, DeMarcus Walker, right?
Every game,
That's his name?
every game, he's doing something. He's moving.
Always.
He's moving.
Always.
Big old
Green?
Andrew Billings.
Rashawn Green is great in the run game.
Yes. Big old
Andrew
How
Billings?
about that one play where that son of a bitch is running off the sideline because he's late? He was chugging. My God. If he would have came down with an interception there or anything, that would have been the best play.
That would have been so
That
funny.
would have been the greatest play of my
Yeah.
life. That would have been the greatest play of my life. Andrew Billings, love
Yeah.
Andrew Billings.
Andrew Billings is great.
I really think we need one more pass rusher at least. We need someone to get in there. We need someone
Yep.
to get in there. Darnell Wright has been. He's had a couple plays where he's missed a block. He comes up, he says, "That's on me." That's a big thing right
Yep.
there. You got to prove it's your fault. But the amount of times, dude, where he has absolutely stuffed someone. Like there was a screen pass there. He absolutely murdered someone. I think I yelled it too. Look at the pancake. Look at the pancake.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
There was another play where I saw the stats today. Let me see if I can find it again. It's when
Yeah.
Darnell Wright and Nate Davis run to the left.
I was gonna say they ask him to do a lot of crazy things where he's pulling. Both of them pull, and I mean, bad things happen for the defense when that shit goes down. Because those boys, they come in pretty hot.
Absolutely.
I think there was a play where it was they both pulled. I don't remember. I think it was a Khalil Herbert run. They both pulled. I think Davis had Chase Young and Darnell Wright cleaned a fucking cornerback's clock, bro. Just fucking leveled the kid. I think it was Forbes, actually. I think it was Emmanuel Forbes. If you want to look it up, I think it's Darnell Wright and Emmanuel Forbes. Absolutely
I
got
don't
fucking
think
smoked.
Forbes was playing, was he?
No, it was. I think it was Forbes. Number 13, and I think that's Forbes.
Here we go.
I'll see if I can find it.
This is exactly
Okay.
what I was looking for right here. This right here, this stat. Bears have averaged 6.84 yards per carry when they run to the right behind Nate Davis and Darnell Wright. I mean, this
Wow.
is just a thing of beauty. Look at the speed
Yeah.
and the movement here. Look at him go. Look at that.
Yeah, that is Forbes. That's the one I'm talking about. He levels him. 13. Get out of here. Just get out. It was a Fields run too. Oh my God! Protect your quarterback. That's
and
awesome.
Let's not forget about Nate Davis too. Look at Nate Davis picking up Chase Young.
Cleans up Chase Young.
That's
Yeah,
not
I know.
easy
That's what
to
I was
do.
talking about.
That's not easy to do.
That's the exact play I was talking about.
Look at the blocking on this in general. Cole Kmet, he goes up the line. He meets the next guy. Carter did decent there. If it was Jenkins, that guy would have ended up over there, you know? But, Carter did what he could.
Oh yeah, if it was Tev, he's in the fucking sideline. That dude's in the sideline, man.
Great blocking. It's just you wish to see this more. It's just every person hit their blocking assignment here. Look, Cody White.
I just feel
snaps
like
the
this
ball and he
offensive
shoves the guy
line
back.
is. This offensive line is always just a mix, though. I feel like we've never gotten a healthy offensive line.
Once
I
we
mean,
get
if we're
Braxton
thinking
Jones-
about it,
Once Braxton Jones returns, and if everyone is healthy, you have your line of Braxton Jones, Tevin Jenkins, Cody Whitehair, Nate Davis, and Darnell Wright. The only thing
I know Poles is revamped 4 of the 5 of them.
we need a Jamie. The biggest issue I have is Cody Whitehair with his snapping. Other than that, I'm not worried about the blocking. Actually, to be fair, Braxton Jones has he struggled a little bit this year. I'll be completely transparent.
He
about
has,
that.
but he's had some tough assignments. That's what I'm talking about.
He has. Larry Borum, he hasn't been bad. And maybe you come to the point where you go with the hot hand. You know? Who do you go with? Is Braxton Jones not doing too well? Bring in Larry. Is Larry not doing too well? Bring in Jones. You know? It comes to the hot hand at that point. Lucas Patrick.
I don't know. I
he
think
is a bad-
Borum's a great swing tackle, though.
You know what his rating was at the end of this week?
Who?
Larry Borum. You know he ended with a passer rating of? Pass protection rating?
He played this week?
Yeah. Who do you think our left tackle was?
Oh, you're right. Oh, duh. Yeah, what was it?
I gotta find it. It was
We're talking so much about Braxton Jones. I'm like, Braxton Jones was in, right? I mean, our offensive line was fucking amazing. So, yeah, you're right.
I'm almost certain it was terrible.
Really?
I don't know where I saw it, but I'm pretty sure that it was an 8.
An 8, like single digit?
Like a single digit 8.
It's just one 8? Not 1 8, just a singular 8. 1 8 would be better. 18 would be a whole lot better, right? 18's twice as much.
It's more than twice as much.
Oh shit.
Where did I see that stat at? I gotta find it. It was PFF or maybe 8.
I mean, hey, the offensive line kept Fields pretty clean this week, so I'm not gonna complain too much. If he wants to get an 8 every fucking week and we still play like this, see if I give a shit.
See, this is
You know, like
this is we're talking about freaking we're talking about PFF here, which I don't believe PFF at all. They don't prove anything. They don't prove anything.
PFF is supporting stats, okay? They're not the whole story. They're just
Yeah.
supporting stats. And there's some
Terrible.
weird things that they try to calculate on there that I feel like sometimes you can overthink it, you know? Like this week, right? If you're gonna go and give Larry Borum a fucking 8, an 8,
He got
Then-
a 44.3.
fine.
He got a 44.3 at all. His pass blocking rating was an 8.
whatever. If you're gonna give him a fucking 8 and we play like this, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Okay? That's why PFF is subjective, all right? If the team does terrible, all right, and you've got stats to support that, those are now making sense, right? Let's make sense out of these things. When the weatherman tells you it's gonna rain and it doesn't rain, that means that there was just a chance of rain, okay? It doesn't mean that it's actually raining, all right? This is the same way. It's the same fucking thing, all right? When PFF tells you they did a shit job, but you watched the tape, you watched the game, and you said, hey, Fields stayed pretty clean, then I guess his pass blocking rating didn't really matter, okay? There was just a chance that he did shit, all right? There's just a chance of it.
PFF's ratings. Let's go down the order of their offense. All right, the best ratings they had. Who do you think got the best rating first of all?
The best rating in the league?
For the Bears on last week.
It's got to be Darnell Wright. It's got to be right.
No, it was DJ Moore. I'm talking about the entire team.
Oh, the whole team in terms of ratings? Holy shit!
I think it's.
Yeah, I guess it would be DJ.
Or I guess it's just the offense. Just the offense.
Okay, DJ. I don't think Justin was perfect, so
DJ
I don't
got
think
a
Justin is probably
93.2,
2.
Highest rating. Number 2, Big Tev.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's
Number
nice.
3, Justin Fields with a 77.9.
Yeah.
Darnell Wright
that sounds
follows
fair.
it up with a 75. Roshan Johnson with a 72 before he got injured. Lucas Patrick with 67.1. Cole Kmet with a 65.
Okay.
Mercedes Lewis with a 62.
Mercedes.
Kari Blasingame with a 61, which, by the way, Kari Blasingame really, when push came to shove, he grabbed his nuts and he played. He grabbed his nuts and
He played, man. He definitely played.
He played for you. He played for you. Good man.
Shout out Kari.
I mean, what are you supposed to? You're a fullback, and you're the only halfback, fullback, running back, whatever. You're the only guy left on the team that could actually do it. And you know, he goes in there and he held on. That right there, what he was doing, that's coaching substitutions. And
He went like this.
That's
didn't want
man
these.
24. When you're putting out conservative carry, that's what you do. You bring the ball over, and he was doing it right. That no one was taking that ball away. No one.
Nope.
No one at all.
That thing is your child. Especially when you're the last guy left. It's like, hey, we got to run a couple times just to show that we're still going to run. But, dude, hold it like a baby.
You know what? When he was running, I wasn't expecting to get any yards either, and he averaged like 3 or 4 yards carry.
It wasn't
like
bad.
A bowling ball. He was just
It was respectable.
Forward.
Yeah.
For what you were not expected to do that game, that was great. And he caught the ball too. It was
I like Kari, man. I'm glad that we re-signed him too. In the offseason. I really like him.
And
I like having a fullback too.
To round off the top 10. Surprisingly, you had Velus Jones there. 59.4.
We didn't see Velus, so that's great. That's awesome.
I guess did he?
That's one of those stats that I'm gonna say it's cloudy with a chance, man. All right, Velus, cloudy with a chance.
PFF doesn't know.
I'm sure he did great. But did I see anything from Velus? No, I saw nothing. So he ran some routes that he didn't get the ball on, and awesome. He got grades for it. Cool.
Well, he was a kick returner too. I think he returned.
Did he even take one back?
Maybe one. I'm trying to think.
What do you mean, maybe one?
Did he run the end around that game, or was that against the Broncos, where he got 10 yards?
Oh, it had to be against the Broncos. I don't think Velus touched the ball once.
Really don't know. Now I'm gonna look up the stats and see. Now I gotta figure this out.
All right. Let's see, Velus. His new nickname for me, Cloudy with a Chance, man. That's it. Cloudy with the Chance is getting the ball. Cloudy with the Chance in the backfield, doing circles, doing Tyreek Hill shit.
Yeah, Velus didn't
Cloudy
do
with a chance.
Velus didn't do anything. Why is
There it
Velus
is.
on this list? He didn't do anything.
That's what I'm saying. He's just running routes, dude. He's Cloudy with a Chance. Did the stats mean anything? Or did the grade mean anything? No. Did he get the ball? No. Then the grade meant shit. Cloudy with a Chance. That's what you got.
I tend to agree with that. That makes sense. We are our top 3 defensive players. See if you can figure them out. Who do you think they were?
Top 3 defensive
Top-
players.
any order. Any order.
Okay.
Yeah, this is PFF. Remember, this is PFF.
Yep. We'll go my guy Greg Stroman. Yep, had the pick, Greg Stroman.
No.
Let's go. They love linebackers, so TJ Edwards.
He's on there. He's on there.
Billings better be on there.
No.
Billings, he's got to make the money, man. Cash money, Billings.
There is a big boy on there though.
Oh, really? Gervin Dexter.
There you go. Gervin Dexter.
Attaboy.
He had the highest rating for our defense. 85.
Wow, Dexter was playing his ass off. He was tired and still going.
TJ Edwards was in third place with a 75.8, and there's a man sitting right in the middle. Someone you're very high on.
Very
He's
high.
a defensive back.
Terrell Smith.
There you go. Terrell Smith.
Yeah, my guy. My guy from Minnesota. Terrell Smith. I remember watching a pre-draft show. I think it was maybe even PFF's pre-draft show. I think it was a post-draft show. It was a post-draft show about the Bears where they had mentioned Tyreek Stevenson going before Terrell Smith. Because they were really high on Terrell Smith. And they like the length. I think he's 6'2". He's got really long arms. He tackles well. And I think that they were higher on him than Tyreek Stevenson. And so when we went back and got him in the 4th, I think one of the dudes is really happy. So, yeah, I like Terrell Smith because of, some of the post-draft stuff that I was watching. He is a dude. Him and Stevenson, I think, have very similar play styles, and he's got better length. So
the other notable that they had on here was Greg Stroman, ended with a 69.4, almost making the top 3.
Greg Stroman.
Let's see if you can figure out the bottom 3 on defense.
Bottom 3, it's probably dudes that haven't even played. Yeah.
These guys played. One of them
was it
played
Elijah Hicks?
Elijah Hicks is number 2.
Jaquan Brisker.
He is number 3, and who is the lowest rated guy?
I can't believe I just boom, 2 of them.
Once.
Fuck.
I think I saw him once on the field.
Justin Jones.
No.
Oh.
He's an edge rusher.
Was it Green? Our guy Green?
No, not Green. I think I saw this guy on the field once.
Yeah, okay, I don't know.
It's Dominique Robinson.
Oh wow, I forget he's even on the team.
Exactly.
He's the 53rd guy, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yep.
He's right there. Well, let's go bottom 3 on offense. Let's round this segment out.
Bottom 3 on offense are all linemen.
I don't know. I don't know. Is it Carter? Is Carter one of them?
Carter was the worst of the worst.
Holy shit.
He was a
Is
30.
Cody up there? No, Cody, I think you said in the top 10.
Cody was in third.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he's sitting right in the middle. You should know this one.
I should know it, huh? Is it Nate Davis?
No. Yeah,
all right. I thought he did a good job.
You're really overthinking this.
Yeah.
This.
Then it's Borum.
Yeah, of course. There you go. Mr.
Okay.
Number 8.
Okay.
Mr. 8.
Okay. Yeah.
Mr. 8.
You're right. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
we're not going to call him by his number anymore. What is it? 75 or whatever it is. We're not going to call him that anymore. He's 8.
I mean, I think this list did absolute fucking dog shit. I'll be honest. The entire list is
terrible.
absolute dog shit.
I mean, honestly, the low guys make sense. The high guys, I feel like maybe not so much, or at least the numerical grade that they gave doesn't make any sense. But the top guys and the bottom guys make sense. You know what I mean? I was able to
Greg Stroman was a top 3 player this week. Greg Stroman was all over the field.
You said he was notable though. You said he still had like a halfway decent grade, right?
It was halfway decent. He had a 69.
Nice.
But you're talking about
a nice number. Nice.
You gave Gervin Dexter an 85. You gave Terrell Smith a 77. You gave TJ Edwards a 75. Those guys were good.
Okay.
Do I think they were all better than Greg Stroman? No, I don't. And I feel like Gervin Dexter's grade is so high because I don't know if you remember at the end of the game, they were just mauling him. They were just going at
He
him.
was playing, dude. He was playing. I remember there was a play where he was so fucking tired, and the guy just kept going. The motor would not shut off. He just
At
kept
that- at
going,
that
and he
point-
won on that block too.
At that point, they're down 40-20 though, or they were down, I think 33-20. You're just
Yeah.
doing what you can. You can't run the ball. You got no timeout.
Yeah, it's pin your ears back. It's super easy for a defensive line.
Yeah. So I think that's their grade looks a little inflated because of that. TJ Edwards, I think is he still top tackler in the league right now? I know we had
Was-
TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds in the top 10 of most tackles.
Oh yeah,
TJ
then
Edwards
then
was
obviously
TJ Edwards was number 2.
I think both of them. I mean, obviously after this week's stats, we started week 5, so yeah, they'll still be top as of right now at least.
TJ Edwards.
We'll have to
I
wait
can't
until
believe he
Sunday to
catch
see.
that one interception that I was expecting.
That should have been a pick, man. It was like start of the game too, right?
No. This is like drive like 13. I put like $5 that it was gonna end on it.
Oh, was it after halftime then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was in the same drive, I believe, as when Sam Howell was getting tackled, and he just threw it up, and I think who caught it? So one of our guys caught it, and it ended up with we went to break after. Jaquan Brisker was on the ground injured, of course. I think Tyreek Stevenson was injured too, or maybe Hicks was injured.
Oh, that's
There were some
right.
people
Yeah.
injured. But I don't know
Yeah.
who caught the interception.
Yeah, neither do I.
Was it Strowman? I don't think it was Strowman. Strowman.
No,
caught it on the other side
Strowman.
of the field.
Strowman had a nice pick.
Yeah.
Strowman had one. I think it was across the middle where he just straight up jumped it.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. The guy was coming over on a slant and he just cut in front of it. Or he was chasing him down, he jumped in front last second.
Yeah, he just jumped right in front of it. That was awesome.
Yeah, so there's
But yeah, we just need to see more of it, man. Need to see
Yeah.
more of it. I need to see it against the Vikings. The Vikings aren't like a hot team coming off a big win. They're coming off of right now, at least. They're coming off of Carolina, right? So I don't know.
They did
My
get
camera
the,
freeze.
It's just back.
Camera
now.
froze.
It's
Oh,
it's
it's back up.
It's like slowly coming back, slowly. That's all I'm looking at.
Hey,
Right now, it looks like you're
I'm
jerking
back.
off a fucking donkey dick. I don't know what's going on.
I'm back. Nope. Oh,
No,
oh,
no,
come back.
no.
Come on.
There you are.
Oh.
There you are.
Hey.
There you are. Yeah, and I see you.
All right.
I mean, the biggest thing too is I keep saying the biggest thing. There's so many fucking big things on the Bears. There's so many issues. When you have 2 linebackers that are in the top 10 of the league of tackles, that's an issue.
Yeah,
That means
that's
your
not a good
defensive
thing.
Your defensive line is not taken care of up in the trenches. And what do you say? Build through the trenches. That's where the game's won. The game's
Yep.
won in the trenches every time, offense and defense. It's won in the trenches.
Yeah, I'm even more of a believer in that than I've ever been, because I was like, oh well, if you have a lockdown corner, like Jalen Johnson is pretty much a lockdown corner. I mean, people do not throw the ball at Jalen Johnson anymore. But one, he's injured, right? So you need to have those rotational guys like you could do on the defensive line, and you can't do that in the secondary. You can't just have rotational guys in the secondary. Plus, eventually, if they have all the time in the fucking world, like they have
That's the thing.
the past
That's
2
the thing.
seasons with the Bears, it's gonna happen. They're gonna catch the ball.
You
They're
hold
gonna
someone
find
off.
space.
There's a big difference between holding someone off for 3 seconds and holding someone off for 11 seconds. All right?
Yeah.
This is completely absurd that they even have to do that. Because
Yeah.
how many
Yeah,
times
it's defensive line.
Sam Howell looked like fucking Michael Vick. Like, what the hell was that half the time? Finish your
All the broken
tackles.
tackles were awful.
Finish the tackle. I can't stand how many times I've seen Tremaine Edmonds go for a tackle and land up on his ass with his hands out trying to grab a leg. What is going
Yeah.
on there? You're killing me.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like I said, I want to love him. I do. I want him to be great. I want him to be the next Bears great middle linebacker. But honestly, man, the guy, he's. I don't think he's done anything significant in coverage. He takes terrible angles at tackles. He just needs to get his head in the game because he's played better than this before. You know?
I truly believe it is because of the defensive line. And I will stand
Yeah.
by the statement that the entire defense would look completely different if the line was actually capable of stealing a lollipop out of a fucking little girl's hand. All right? Because it is crazy how much time they give up. And lots of times
Yeah.
when there's holding on both teams, I'll say that's holding. There's not much holding on the defense. It's just the fact that they can't get through.
The opposing offensive line doesn't need to hold.
No, they just can't get through. It's terrible. And that's why Gervin Dexter, Gervin or Jervin?
Jervin, I think.
I've always called him Gervin.
I think it's Gervon Dexter.
Okay, that sounds
Yeah, I
more
think
like,
it's Gervon Dexter.
Gervon Dexter should be starting for us. Gervon Dexter should be starting. DeMarcus Walker should be starting. Andrew
Yep.
Billings should be starting.
Yannick
And then-
Ngakoue.
Yannick Ngakoue, yeah. That should be your starting
Boom.
rotation.
4 right there.
That
Done.
should be it. And you know what? I'm not even happy
Yep.
with that. I don't even think that's a good lineup. But
No, it's not
more-
the
more
best, but
capable.
I mean they should be playing at least 30% of the snaps. Those guys.
It's more capable than what you've been throwing out there.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. Because when Yannick Ngakoue too, is the amount of times he should have 5 sacks on the year at this point.
Yeah.
The amount of times he's running someone down, and for some reason he's not going low. He's aiming right above the head, and he like wraps up their shoulders and then just falls. Like, what is going on? You know how you gotta finish the tackle. That is what you gotta do. You gotta finish.
Well, every
the
other
tackle.
team he's ever been on, there's been somebody there to kind of finish the tackle for him. The thing is, our dudes are still trying to get off their blocks by the time he's back there. He's like that much better. He's in a different world than the dudes that we have, next to him right now.
Like, oh my, Gervon Dexter is doing a great job. I'd say he's doing, when he's out there and they're running it or whatever, and they go up the middle, they're usually not getting through without getting a hand on him, and that usually slows him down enough. Gervon
Yeah.
Dexter is doing great for me on that. When he's not out there and they run up the middle, they just gash us. They absolutely gash us. It's just
Yeah.
Gervon Dexter.
Him
I-
and
he should
Billings
on the
need to be in a whole lot more.
Yes, yes. And even Zach Pickens every once in a while gets through. He's not as consistent, but Gervon Dexter gets a hand on someone consistently.
Hmm.
I honestly think he could be like Akeem Hicks for us. He could be like an Akeem Hicks
Yeah.
where even if he's not making the play, he's letting you know that he's there. He's touching you at the end of it, you know? Because that's
Yep.
what Hicks used to do. Just go over, he used to hit the quarterback at the end, maybe not tackle him, but he's hit him in the chest a little bit, be like, hey, I didn't get you.
Yep.
But I'm here, You will any slower, I'm here. That's
Yeah.
what you gotta do.
That's old school mentality too. I don't think it gets coached that way anymore. And you hate to see it because like Eberflus is supposed to be that like old school hard nosed coach. After
Yeah.
all of this, I don't think those dudes are off the hot seat.
No.
I think a lot of our players are off the hot seat. Justin Fields is my fucking quarterback, man. I will ride that shit till the wheels fall off.
I've been saying it since day one. I don't even want us to go get Caleb Williams. I want us to get Marvin. My dream is this: we get the
Marvin
first or
Harrison
second-
Jr.
we
and
get
an edge
the
rusher.
First or second pick because of the Panthers. Because I'm praying the Panthers are just shit in the bed still. Which, when we were talking about the schedule in the beginning of the year, we said the Panthers would be the worst team based on the schedule for who they're going to. And right now
They
they're
are.
proving that. Right now they are proving that. They don't have anyone to throw
Yep.
it to. No one. So I'm praying the Panthers get the first pick, okay? And I'm hoping we're like, I really want us to go on a run and end up like, I'm okay with us going like 9-8, 10-7. Maybe good enough for wild card, maybe not. Maybe right on the edge, but you've proven that your team is increasing, like how the Lions did last year.
Yeah.
And you get like maybe the 16th, 17th pick, something like that with the Bears. And that's good enough to like be a decent pick still. But if you get the first pick, you're trading down to a 2 or 3. I feel like after 2 or 3, you're in good chance of not getting Marvin Harrison. And we should
I think 3 because I bet it goes Williams May.
It should be. It should be. It should go Williams May, maybe even Michael Phoenix. Like Michael Phoenix could be the is it
Penix.
Penix? Michael
Penix.
Yeah. Michael Penix could be the Anthony Richardson of this draft, honestly. Because going into the year last year, no one thought Anthony Richardson was like a top 5 pick. He was good, but he's looking like top 11. He comes out in that combine, and what did he get drafted? Did he get drafted 5th, 4th?
Yeah. Fourth.
Fourth, yeah. And he came out of nowhere. So you're hoping that this draft is a big quarterback draft, not because you need a quarterback. You found your quarterback.
It will be a
because-
quarterback heavy draft. I mean, I'm just thinking about the names. I'm rattling them off. We've got almost in order: Caleb Williams, Drake May, Penix, Quinn Ewers, Shador Sanders, and then there's
I don't know-
other
I don't know
dudes
if
on
Sanders
this
is gonna
list.
go this year. I don't know if Sanders is going to go this
Bo
year.
Nix. There are dudes in college football right now.
This could be a 6 quarterback first round, honestly. This could be a
Yeah,
6
it's crazy.
quarterbacks in the first. So my dream is that we get the first pick with the Panthers, and we're trading down to like probably 3. You know, depending on who's
3.
out there, you're trading down to 3. You're getting Marvin Harrison Jr. there, but you're trading with. I mean, let's look at the standings right now. What are the who is terrible? Cardinals are terrible.
I think they have. Are they just have one against the Cowboys?
Yeah. And Cardinals
Oh,
have
wow.
pretty much come out and said that they're going for a quarterback, which is crazy because Kyler Murray's contract extension hasn't even kicked in yet.
I know.
The amount of dead cap on that is insane. And
Yeah.
people come out and say, well, the Eagles did that. The Eagles had a team around them. What the fuck do the Cardinals have?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
I don't know what's in Arizona, man.
Who's the Cardinals running back?
James Conner.
See, I thought he was gone. I didn't even know he was still there. I didn't even know he was still there.
Yep. James Conner.
And then they have who's their wide receivers? Is it Marquise Goodwin? No, Hollywood Brown, right?
Hollywood Brown. Yeah.
Who might be going to the
Marquise
Panthers?
Brown.
They've been looking for a wide receiver. Might go to the Panthers. Cardinals are
Right.
in such poverty right now with what they got going on that I don't even know if it's smart cutting Murray. But you want to do what you want to do with Caleb Williams, but you're resetting the clock on your quarterback. You get Caleb Williams, you have, 4 years, and then you got the 5th-year option. Are you going to
Yep.
be ready to compete in that time? Because you got a lot of money to spend. You have so much money on the books.
Yeah, I mean, not only do they have, I mean, they've got a lot of dead cap, so it's one of those things where like they won't compete for the first 2 years of his contract. Which, I'm a Bears fan. That's what we've done. Like, that's literally exactly what we fucking did. But still, I mean, that's not what you want to do with a rookie quarterback, you know? You want to be able to, honestly, do what the Jags did. You know, that's what you want to do. You want your guy to come in there, and then you want to be able to kind of build around him quickly and compete kind of right away, you know?
So it really comes down to who has what picks. So I see us, if we get the first pick, I see us trading with Cardinals. I see us trading with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Do the Broncos even have a pick?
No, they traded it for Sean Payton.
There you go. Can't trade with them. I could see.
Was
us
that,
trading-
oh wait, was that this year or last year?
It might have been last year. We might have.
Yeah, it might have been because they only had 3 picks in the entire draft, right?
Yeah.
The Broncos. It's crazy.
So I see us trading with the Cardinals. I see us trading with the Raiders. I see us trading with possibly the underdogs here, the Patriots. I could see us trading
Yeah.
with the Patriots.
Yeah, Bill's not going to be in any rush to go get a quarterback. So I think he would happily trade down.
I could
They're
see us
one of the
trading-
teams. There's like a few teams in the league that are happily trading down, right? Like
Yeah.
the Ravens happily trade down, the Seattle Seahawks happily trade down, and the Patriots happily trade down. They're like, yeah, let's trade down. Let's get out of here.
I also could see it going. Here's my big underdog one that I think no one would expect. Actually, I don't even know if they have a pick. Well, they probably do. The Jets. New York Jets.
The Jets will have a pick because Rodgers will not be playing 65% of the snaps.
It's true. So imagine
So they will have their first rounder. They're giving up a
probably-
second round.
You've probably got 1 or 2 years left out of Rodgers. You know, he says he's coming back from this Achilles, but it's an Achilles injury. He's also like 35, 36?
No,
34?
38, 39.
He's 39.
Yeah.
I believe he will come back, but what better way than to have Caleb Williams sit behind Aaron Rodgers for a year and learn from Aaron Rodgers. And that Jets offense isn't bad right now. It looks good. If they had a quarterback, they're very competent to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, that Jets team is moving.
And I think they're done with Zach Wilson. You know, their stories. He's done. You know, he can't win. He's proven that time after time. He sees ghosts. And you get Caleb Williams behind Aaron Rodgers for a year to learn, maybe 2 years. I mean, you're learning from right now the quarterback with the most knowledge in the NFL that's still active, like guaranteed.
Pretty much, yeah.
Guaranteed. So
Yeah.
that's my dream. That's my dream. Is we get a mid-round pick and then we trade the first for an absolute haul, maybe 2 firsts and a player. You know, like the end goal for me is you want to end up with Marvin Harrison Jr. no matter what. You want
Marvin Harrison Jr. and then the best edge rusher towards the middle of the draft.
If you can get Jared Verse, that'd be awesome. You know, Jared Verse would be amazing.
Yeah.
And people last year say that we should have taken Carter instead of Wright. You know what? Carter's lighting it up. He's doing amazing. We weren't ready for just a defensive tackle, though. We needed more. I think he would have been great to have, but would Fields be able to actually throw the ball like this if we didn't have a competent right tackle out there?
You wouldn't have Fields if we didn't have a right tackle out there right now. Like, Fields would be very hurt, and it'd be the Bacon Show.
Yes.
Who, gotta love the D2 kid, man. Gotta love Bacon.
Got that chip on his shoulder. He always loves it.
He's got that moxie, yeah.
And you know, he cares about his team too, because every time he's out there, when they go out of bounds, you see him run over to his teammate. He's fucking slap on it like, hey man, good catch. You know, he's helping him up. You don't see that of a lot of players lots of times. They're just sitting there.
Yeah.
I think last year you said it. Wright was the right choice, the right pick. I still stand by the statement. I agree with you. I think that's right. I think he was the right pick. I think he is exactly what we needed. Jalen Carter would have been nice. Don't get me wrong. We do need a defensive tackle still. We really do. But Wright was the right choice for this team. Because this is Fields' prove it year. DJ Moore's on your team. You got to prove it to the team. You got to make
and it's really because why? Because you win and lose in the trenches. That's why. Yep. It's simple. Yep. Football is simple. It's a simple fucking game. You win and lose in the trenches.
The offensive trenches were closer to being finished than the defensive trenches. Defensive trenches are an absolute shitstorm right now. Absolute shitstorm. So Wright was the right choice. What do you think the Bengals are going to do? What is going on with Joey Burrow? What is going on there?
Yeah, great question. I mean, the dude's just not healthy, you know?
Shouldn't be out there.
Is a not healthy Joe Burrow still better than the backup quarterback, you know, whoever that is at this point?
No, at this
Who knows?
Point, has
Who
there
knows?
been 2 games where Burrow hasn't put up a touchdown?
Yeah, I think so.
What are Burrow's
I think that honestly, that offense is averaging like maybe 7 points a game. It's really terrible. It's really bad.
Has thrown 2 touchdowns this year.
Yeah.
And they were both against the Ravens. There have been 3 games where he has not thrown a touchdown.
That's wild.
That man is the highest paid quarterback in the league.
Yeah. I do think he probably should be sat down. But the problem is, like, with a dude like that, you can't just sit him down. He's the franchise. You just paid him like he's the franchise. You can't tell him how to control his body, how to, you know, heal or whatever. Like, you can't tell him, hey, kid, sit on the bench if he doesn't want to, you know? That's kind of the issue there. You don't want to hurt the guy's confidence. You don't want to make him upset at the team, you know, or the coaching staff or anything. You have to know that he knows what to do, you know, that's right for his body. So that's tough. That's just tough. You just got to let him tough it out if he wants to tough it out. But at some point, somebody in the locker room, hopefully one of his teammates, sits him down and tells him, like, hey, dude, we just need you healthy more than anything else, you know? That's a train wreck right now. You know, and again, that's coming from a Bears fan. I had no train wrecks. You know,
what absolutely fucking chaps my ass though? How many people come out and blame everything and say how bad Fields is and all that? How many people have come out and said how bad Joe Burrow is? Have you heard one person come out and say Joe Burrow is doing
It's
terrible?
because he's injured.
But still, lots of times being injured too, if you can't play, you tell the team you can't play. It comes down to leadership.
To me, it's the Baker Mayfield thing in Cleveland all over again, where he played through like that torn rotator cuff. He played with like no fucking shoulder, and he hurt himself because of it. You know, he hurt his stock because of it. You know, thankfully, Joe Burrow doesn't need to worry about his stock. He's a made man. He's paid. You know.
Yeah.
So, but it's the same situation, except obviously, you know, like, I think that Baker did it because he was in a contract year and he needed to raise his stock. Realistically, he lowered his stock because of it. And there was obviously something going on with the coaching staff. But, I mean, yeah, you just can't do that to yourself, and you can't do that to the team. At one point, you need to know, like, okay, I'm not fit to be out there anymore. You know, I need to get right, because he's still hurting it every week. You know, what is it? What is?
Jamar Chase came out. Jamar Chase came out in the preseason and said, "Hey, Burrow, sit down till week 4. I want you healthy." And now it comes down to, should he have done that?
He should have
done that. Yeah,
he should have. But the problem is, we're 5 weeks into this thing now. You can't sit anymore. Like, it's time to go make a run right now. You know, all the runs start now. They start week 4, week 5. All right. You can't be on the bench now. Like, that's the problem. He waited too long. You know, if he needed to heal, he should have taken the first 4 weeks. You can't just, you can't sit weeks 5 through 8. Those are money. You need those games.
Yeah. And you know what? With the teams that the Bengals have played in the first first 4 games of the schedule, okay, you had the Browns. I mean,
Division game.
They lost 24-3.
Yeah.
Could the backup have done better? Who cares? It wasn't even the quarterback that did anything. It was the field goal. You know?
Yeah.
You lost to the Ravens 27-24. Okay, he
Division game.
He didn't look terrible in that game. He had 2 touchdowns.
Division game.
You win against the Rams 19-16. The Rams are terrible. The Rams are horrible.
I don't know. I think the Rams are probably more towards the middle than terrible. Puka Nacua. Let's talk about him, man. Whew. What a season that rookie's been having.
Yeah, for now. Once Cooper Kupp comes back, it's done. Which he's coming back.
I don't disagree, but at the same time, like, Matthew Stafford is the key to wide receiver historic seasons, you know? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. LA's actually 2-2. That's not bad.
Yeah.
But the Bengals now, you lose to the Tennessee Titans 27-3.
That's a rough one.
Next game they got is against the Cardinals. If I'm the team, I'm sitting Joe Burrow. I'm sitting him.
Yo, they had a winnable schedule. Did we talk about the fucking Bengals in the offseason?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
We talk about every team.
The Bengals, I mean, yeah, they had 2 divisional games. That's rough. But they had a really winnable schedule. Just thinking about it, how we thought about it at the start of the season, we thought the Rams were going to be shit. The Titans were going to be shit. I mean, who they play week 3?
The Bengals?
Yeah, who they play week 3?
They played the Rams week 3. They won week 3.
Oh, and then you said the Cardinals week 5. Terrible.
Yeah, Cardinals on
Those are 3 awful teams. Like, if you wanted to play it out for your squad, like for Joey B, you wanted to play it out for your fucking squad, play weeks 1 and 2. Those are divisional games. Sit your ass for 3 through 5. That's what it should have been. You know, now we are at 5, and honestly, he should sit this game if you ask me. You know, you go in Arizona, like,
yes, yeah,
absolutely. I say a backup could probably handle that.
Arizona's trying to lose, so go ahead.
Apparently, except for against the Cowboys.
Because, I mean, the stretch after that is you got the Seahawks, the Niners, and the Bills. Those are gonna
Yeah,
be
that's
tough
rough.
games.
That's rough. You need
And
a
you
healthier
got the
quarterback for
Texans.
those.
The Texans looks decent right now. The Texans don't
Yeah.
look bad. You got the Ravens again. You got the Steelers. You got the Jags. You got the Colts. You got the Vikings. You got
Rough.
the Steelers. You got the Chiefs. You got the Browns. You need
That's
to be
really
healthy
rough.
that last end of your season.
Yeah, down the stretch. I don't know.
The beginning could have been let the backup take care of it. Because I'd rather lose 4 games and come back with a healthy quarterback.
Yeah.
Because now you're
Yeah,
in
the
that,
first 5
you're in
weeks
that
of their
purgatory
schedule were
of,
pretty.
Is he healthy? Is he not healthy? Well, it's too late now. We can't take him out. If we take him out now,
Yeah.
we're gonna go on a 3-game losing. Like the rest of his season right now, from week 6 to the end of the season. Again, Seahawks,
they got a
Niners,
gauntlet.
Bills, Texans, Ravens, Steelers, Jags, Colts, Vikings, Steelers, Chiefs, Browns. Those are
Yeah.
tough games. That's a tough strength schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely hurt his team. But again, like I said before, he's the only one who knows his body, and what are you supposed to do? You just made him the highest paid man in the entire NFL. You gonna tell him to go ride the bench? You can't do that. And then if that news comes out, hey, coach told me to sit, really not good. Really
I mean,
not good.
In all honesty, the person that should tell him to sit is Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
They went to college together. They played together always. They're like best friends. They're always hanging together. Jamar Chase has 284 yards so far this season. That's
Yeah.
unacceptable. It's unacceptable. At that point, he's got to be like, Joe, look, you're my best friend, dude. I need you to get healthy. Send someone
Yeah.
else in. Because right now, look at this. I'm not trying to be a stat watcher, but dude, 284 yards only? We had a game where I almost had 284 yards last year, Like, it's just not looking good, dude. It's not looking
Yeah.
good for us. Joe Burrow has thrown 728 yards this season so far. And I'm almost willing to bet he's not throwing over 1,000 by the end of this week. Especially if you're losing 24-3.
You don't think he's
27
throwing ballpark 300 yards this game?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. The way he's played, no.
I think he ended week 1 with 84 yards, right?
He went. Let's see if I can see game.
I'm pretty sure it was 84 yards. So that means in
82.
the
He had
Yeah.
82 yards. He had 222. He had 259. He had 165. He has not broken 260 yet.
wow,
It's not good.
yeah,
He has a 33.8 QBR. I don't even know. I know Fields has like a 44, which is like a 26, which I feel like that's a low QBR rating for what he's done. So I don't know.
yeah. I don't know. That's a rough situation, man. Let's talk about Miami.
Yeah. Here's
Let's
what makes me-
talk
here's what
about
makes
that track show.
How about Miami?
and mostly, let's talk about. I will give you the floor with Chase Claypool.
Oh, thank you. That's exactly what I was hoping for. My
Yeah.
God. They go, hold on. Let me find the actual tweet because it made me laugh. It truly brought a smile to my face. It was Claypool got traded. Manuel Acho, he's a Dolphins guy, comes out and he goes, Dolphins family, I don't know how I feel about this. How do you feel about this? This guy goes, big body receiver, which we don't have, that can win jump balls. He can also be used similar to how San Francisco used Debo in their run game. We basically got him for nothing, so it's a low risk, high reward.
That's true.
My response.
That's
to that
true.
Was,
If he at all played that way.
my exact response to him was just give him 32 weeks to learn the play calling. Because remember last year we got him and he couldn't do the play calling, and he
Yeah.
still couldn't do the play calling this year. If you struggled with Luke Getsy's play calling, how do you think you're gonna do with Mike McDaniels?
Yeah.
How do you think
Yeah.
that's gonna work?
Yeah, I don't know. That's rough, man. That's real rough. They did get him for next to nothing. I believe the compensation was a 5th, or it was Chase and a 7th for Miami's 5th.
Sixth.
For a 6th?
Yep.
Poof.
Which,
It's
you know
rough.
what? To be fair, that's more than I was expecting us to get. I thought we were just gonna cut the bastard. Well, I thought we were just gonna... Who wants him?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we got something.
6 is better than nothing. I mean, a 6th in today's time, dude. Inflation is like a second last year, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, the way the market's moving.
Second. Let's move.
Yeah.
Next year, a 7th might be a 1st, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, with that kind of draft, maybe. Shit.
I mean, I love their offense. It's great. And I think Mike McDaniels is one hell of a coach. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I
It's
feel like he's
crazy.
gonna
It's
push
crazy.
himself
Mike
down.
McDaniels, Dable, the Bears could have had them. We took
I don't
Flus.
know. Dable right now, though. Dable right now. If Dable
I
had
don't think
Justin
it's
Fields
Dable's
as-
play calling.
Dable-
I think
if
it's
Dable
Daniel
had
Jones
just-
is a piece of fucking shit.
Yeah, there's that too. If Dable
Why
has
would you
Justin
ever
Fields
pay
right now-
Daniel Jones?
If Dable has Justin Fields and what the Bears have right now, it's a top 10 offense.
100%. Dable is still the truth.
Daniel
Mike
Jones had
McDaniels is
11
incredible.
sacks? 11 sacks last game? Is that how many it was?
Yeah, 11.
Justin Fields got sacked 8 times against the Browns with the turnstiles from Union Station blocking him. All right.
Yep. Yep.
And Daniel Jones is gonna get sacked 11 times.
Yeah. And I watched that entire game too. It was like Daniel Jones wasn't even trying not to get sacked either. Like Fields was running for his life. Matt Nagy was fucking calling his plays into the fucking ground. I mean, we're talking Daniel Jones was getting calls, you know what I mean? Like he was getting calls from Dable. Dable's a good dude, I think. I tend to believe I'm not going to put Dable and Nagy in the same conversation. I tend to have more respect for Dable, you know, but like, shit,
I like
11 sacks is bad.
That doesn't look good. At what point do you take your quarterback out so he doesn't get injured? Unless
Well,
you're
apparently the last
trying
2 minutes
to
of the game.
Unless you're trying to injure your quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean, that's possible too.
yeah, that's crazy. I want to go back to the Bears real quick too.
Yeah.
I'm not letting this coaching staff off. I still think we need to fire them all into the fucking sun. I don't really give a fuck that, you know, we're starting to figure it out. I think it's more so like Fields said, hey, do you want a job next year or not? And I know everybody says you don't get, as a quarterback, you don't get 3 coaching staffs. I think Fields deserves it because I think he has enough talent. I just think like, I don't know what's so difficult about it. You go give John Gruden, Jim Harbaugh, Ryan Day, blank fucking checks. Come coach in Chicago.
You know, I would give them, I'm not firing them this year. I'm firing at the end of the year if I need to, you know? Like, I'm giving them the rest of the year
Sure.
now because they've proven they could win somehow. If they play and coach like they've done if they, from this game forward, if they coach like that till the end of the game, I'm saying, listen, I'll give you another year. I'm willing to do it. You know, you gotta keep up with it. If not, send them on their way. But now, I read this. I completely forgot about it. Matt Eberflus said that with the long week now, because they don't play on Sunday, they play next week.
Yep.
He said he's possibly might sign a defense coordinator. If he does, what are the odds that it's Lovie Smith?
I don't think Lovey's coaching anymore. I think he's had enough time.
I would absolutely love if Lovie Smith came back as defense coordinator. He may
That'd
not
be
be
sweet.
the best coach, but let me tell you, that guy, he could bring it out of his team.
Yeah, he did great with the Texans. Obviously, we should fucking have a
Where's
statue
his
of Lovey
statue?
for what he
Where's his
did.
statue?
Yeah.
Where's his statue? His
Yeah,
statue
I mean,
got-
I don't know. I for the record too, Eberflus, the man, I like him. All right, and even Eberflus, the coach, I like him. I don't know if he's still ready to be the head guy, and there's something fucking scummy about Luke Getsy having a former Packer, like straight from the Packers, a Packers dude on the staff. It feels
Yeah.
gross. It feels like week 1 was a ploy. It feels like week 1 was maybe a setup. Maybe setup. I don't know. Just putting it out there.
It just, I tend to agree with you, where I don't like the fact that it's a former Packer coach. And it comes, like,
It's the oldest
So
rivalry
many-
in the NFL.
so
We
many other
fucking
teams.
hate the Packers.
so many other teams, their offensive coordinator, okay? it usually goes like, you keep it in the family if you're a successful team. Your quarterback coach eventually turns into your offensive coordinator. If he leaves, that quarterback coach moves up again. You know?
Yep.
Your linebackers coach, your defensive line coach, your offensive coach moves up to defensive coordinator. You know? Your offensive coordinator turns into your head coach and all that. You know? It moves up like that. Something doesn't fit right with me, where every time we get a coach or something, it's like nothing's ever kept in the family here. Nothing with this team. The only thing that's kept in the fucking family is the goddamn McCaskies not selling the fucking team. That's the only thing kept in the family. But there is like no sense of Chicago pride, it seems. You don't. Is the staff just so terrible that you can't move someone up there? Like Vic Fangio, he should have been our head coach. He should have been.
See, that's the thing. More so now than ever. Hand to God, man. When we hired Flus, I was like, defensive head coach. Okay, great. That's fine. I am now more so than ever understanding why the offensive head coach is, it matters, right? Because otherwise, like, okay, say the Bears go on a run and Getsy gets interviews for head coaching jobs. Does Fields now have to learn a new offense? Because that would suck. That would suck so fucking bad for a young up-and-coming quarterback, you know? I mean, look at Josh Allen. He even had some struggles after Daboll left, you know? Like, and if I'm not mistaken, their offensive coordinator now, Ken Dorsey, is still kind of from that Daboll tree. I think he was in the building at least, so he was able to kind of pick things up. But if we have to go and get a whole new dude, that's a complete mess. So I understand the value of an offensive head coach right now.
That's why you got to keep it in the family.
You got to keep that dude.
You got to keep it in the family. If when Daboll left, and if it's not someone from that team, someone from a completely different tree, anyone's gonna struggle because you're learning a completely different offense again.
Right.
You got to keep the basics there. You got to keep the basics, which is why I hate Getsy at times, but the fact that he just maybe, he's actually going to start playing to Justin Fields' strengths, it gives me hope. It gives me hope for everybody.
Honestly, my realistic head coaching option, too, for this season, I know everybody's on the Ben Johnson train. I am not that guy. I have not seen enough from Ben Johnson, and I don't think... It's funny because, like, everybody thinks he made Goff, but he didn't make Goff. Goff was good before, and yes, Goff was with, you know, the fucking boy wonder, but still, like, and it's good, right, to keep Goff playing at the same level that he did with Sean McVay, right? That's obviously a huge compliment, but I still just don't think that offense, they play very old school. They play, you know, the downhill running game and all that stuff, and I think that Ben Johnson would almost be overwhelmed with the weapons that we have, and I don't know what'll happen. I don't want him in Chicago. And again, there's something about having an ex-rival in the Lions, you know, dude, come to this team. I don't like that. You know who I want to see as the Bears' next head coach if we get rid of Eberflus? Like, legitimate chance, not the fucking Ryan Day, Jim Harbaugh, and John Gruden that are on my list. Those are my big three. My big guy is Eric Bieniemy, man.
No,
I think he's proven enough. Enough.
He got stopped by that Bears defense.
I don't think that Sam Howell is that guy. Okay, and maybe it's because I'm a little faded by North Carolina quarterbacks. Sorry, Sam Howell. Sorry, Mitch Trubisky. Sorry, Drake May. You know, I think I have good reason for that. I don't know. I just think I think that Bieniemy's done enough.
I really don't. I really don't. And
you only watch him against the Bears. The Commanders' offense has been humming otherwise.
The Commanders are 2-3.
It doesn't matter what their record says. Their offense has been humming.
Are they 2-3?
Their offense just what took the Eagles to 40, right? Didn't they go 40 points almost with the Eagles into overtime?
Let's look up the Commander's stats per game. Let's just see.
I'm pretty certain that Bieniemy has shown enough.
Now you're pretty certain. Now you're not certain anymore. Now you're pretty
I'm certain.
huh?
I'm certain. I'm certain. And honestly, Bieniemy runs kind of a West Coasty type scheme too, so it'll be an easy switch from Getsy.
Let's see what we got here. Okay, the team beat the Cardinals. Oh,
Yeah, Cardinals.
good defense
Pretty good team.
there.
Pretty good team.
They beat the Broncos. Oh,
Pretty good team.
they lost to the Bills, 37-3. What an offense! What an absolute
Pretty terrible
offense.
team.
What an absolute offense! They lost to the Eagles, 34-31 in overtime.
There we go,
You know,
30
I'll
points.
Give that to them. I'll give that to them though. That's not bad. They
Yeah.
just lost 40-20.
Look at the offense. Look at the offense, though. Like, look at the offense. Actually, even against the Bears, like, I feel like the offense was not terrible.
It's against the Bears.
I know, but I feel like it wasn't bad. I mean, it could just not be your night on a short week. You know?
It's the Bears.
They took the Eagles to a fucking showdown in overtime and then had to come back on a short week. That's rough. Okay? That's rough. I don't think Sam Howell is not Justin Fields. All right? That offensive line is not the Bears offensive line. All right? Like the Commanders have ex-Bears, all right? They have ex-Bears on that fucking offensive line. All right?
Let's see.
It's different. Yeah, he's got weapons. Yeah, he has Brian Robinson. He's got Scary Terry and some great receivers. But if you don't have a quarterback and you don't have an offensive line, you have nothing. We as Bears fans know this. I
So
think
they
Bieniemy
are-
could be this coach.
They're number 19 in points per game. They're number 17 in yards per game.
Right?
They're number 20th in points per play.
If
They're
you
number
have no offensive line, you have no offense. Sam Cosmi the turnstile. I mean,
Let's see how their statistics is. Let's see how the offensive line is.
I don't think statistics is going to give it to you. I just think he calls good plays. He calls things in rhythm. All right. And I think he knows how to work to his players' strengths because I do not think that offense is good at all. They have weapons, but they don't have an offensive line and they don't have a quarterback. Plain and simple.
If you're not top 10 in any of those categories, Nick, you're not worthy of a head coaching job.
I think Bieniemy is my favorite option right now. Week 5, all right? 10-7, week 5. Eric Bieniemy is my top head coaching candidate for the Bears right now.
Can't get behind that train at all.
It's all right.
That's a terrible train to hop on.
That's all right.
That is. Everyone has avoided Eric Bieniemy like the flu for a reason. Because it is now proven, for fact, it is now proven that the Chiefs' offense was not about Eric Bieniemy. It was about Andy Reid. Okay?
I don't know.
About
The
the
Chiefs'
players.
offense hasn't looked like the Chiefs' offense of old because their wide receivers are shit.
And somehow they're still doing good.
They're not doing good. They did good against the Bears, and that's it. Yeah. What did the Chiefs do last week? Because the weeks before that, we know that they didn't go over 20 points. That's not great offense, dude.
It's a lot of time spent on the offense. They lost. They lost to the Lions 21-20. Okay.
Yep.
They didn't have Kelsey. They didn't have Chris Jones. They beat the Jaguars 17-9.
Yep. Still under 20 points.
But you have 305 yards and 2 touchdowns, 12 carries for 70 yards. That's a lot of offense still.
I understand.
The 2 people right there are making up 375 yards of offense.
Why
They
didn't you go
go-
to fucking Sam Howell's stats? Because Sam Howell is not the dude. Sam Howell's not Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean?
Sam Howell threw for 388 yards against the Bears, by the way. I don't know if you remember, if you knew that.
That looks like offense to me.
And not in a fucking blow against the Bears again. The terrible defense, and you still lose.
388 yards and what? Your team only scored 17 points, was it?
Let's see. I don't think they ran the ball like at all that game when it came down to it. Like they were getting.
The Bears
stopped at
didn't run the
line.
ball that much either.
Bears?
Yeah.
Bears had, I think, what, 50
We had a couple
yards,
Fields runs, some
52
Blasingame,
yards.
some Herbert.
Yeah, but they equated probably over 100 yards rushing that game. I would say, right? You don't
I don't
think so?
Maybe. I don't think so.
Okay, they had 76 rushing yards from Herbert before he got injured.
Wow.
Fields ran probably for 50-something yards himself.
Yeah, I guess so.
Roshan Johnson had like 20 yards before he got a concussion.
I don't know. I feel like Bieniemy is
You know
the dude.
You know what these are? You know what these are?
What?
Those are goalposts. See how they're moving farther apart? See that?
They're not moving farther apart.
See that? They're moving farther apart.
10-7, 2023, October 7th. Bieniemy is my next Bears head coach.
That's a terrible pick. That's a terrible pick.
No.
That's terrible.
No. Who do you want? Legitimately, who do you want? Who do you want
I
that we
want
can go and get?
legitimately?
Ben Johnson? You want fucking Ben Johnson?
I'd rather have Ben Johnson than Eric Bieniemy. 100%.
No.
100%.
No. That is where we disagree. That is where we disagree. And don't even pull up the fucking stats, because stats aren't going to talk to me.
I'm not pulling up the stats.
I'm not going to pull up the stats. You know what? Your goalposts. Look at these. They're crooked, too. Your fucking goalposts. Your goalposts are fucking crooked, bro. They're crooked.
I'm trying to pull up the guy that I would want to be my head coach if possible. Here's who I would take, reasonably. Frank Smith,
Who is he?
the offense coordinator for the Dolphins.
You think he has anything to do with that offense?
I think maybe he's fucking writing shit down, so when he goes to find another job, he's like, hey, I got everything written down that Mike McDaniel does. That's what I think.
Hey, I stole the whole fucking playbook, man.
That's what I think. That is what I think. I would either
Goddamn.
take him. I would maybe look into the quarterbacks coach for the Dolphins, because Tua has had like a resurgence. He was kind of a bust to me.
Now, again, you're looking for a dude that he's a quarterbacks coach and he's gonna skip the rings. He's gonna fucking
That's why I said
jump
Frank
all the
Smith.
way.
That's why I said Frankie Smith. Franklin Smith.
I don't know, man.
I would take him. Who was the Eagles offense coordinator?
He got stolen. That was Steichen, dude.
Maybe
They
you know
got a
who
new
else
one this year.
And here's someone I'm honestly thinking about. Maybe I'd take. In all honesty, Ron Rivera's on the hot seat. Ron Rivera's on the hot seat.
Yes, he is.
You bring back Riverboat Ron to Chicago?
No.
Why not? What's wrong
Definitely
with Ron?
not as offensive coordinator.
What's wrong with Ron? Ron's a good guy.
I love Ron. I love Riverboat Ron. But, dude, he's losing it. He's losing his fastball, all right? I don't know. I ain't bringing him back. I ain't bringing him back.
In all honesty, the number one guy I want is Jim Harbaugh. I want Harbaugh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these college dudes, I don't think that they're legitimate shots, especially with NIL and all that shit. I think they're making plenty of money and they're great in
after
college,
Harbaugh
blah, blah,
just got
blah.
suspended for the first 4 weeks.
Yeah, he's maybe a little jaded on college football, but still.
Give him a Gruden contract and send him here.
I agree. Again, do not get it twisted by any means. Those dudes get blank fucking checks. Those dudes get blank checks. Plain and simple. End of story. Okay. If they're
Ryan
available, blank check, sign it, hand it to him, and give him the keys to the fucking city while you're at it too. All right.
Don't get me wrong with Ryan Day. I like
Legitimately,
Ryan Day.
it's Eric Bieniemy.
No, it's not Eric Bieniemy. That is the last person I want to be this fucking coach. I do not want Eric Bieniemy at all. He is dog shit.
I don't think so.
He couldn't lead his team to beat the Bears. The Bears,
think he has-
with their 7th, 8th, and 9th string defensive backs.
I get what you're saying. They're scrappy though. Terrell Smith, great grade. Tyreek Stevenson, scrappy motherfucker. All right. We got some dudes back there. They might not be well known, but we got some dudes back there. All right. We just talked about them. We just hyped them all up.
Why aren't you running the ball through Brian Robinson, who absolutely killed us last time we played him?
I mean, yeah, I don't really know what that is all about, but I mean, it's not like Sam Howell did bad though. Again, their offense was not terrible.
Sam Howell didn't do good.
388 yards? That sounds good to me.
How many interceptions?
2.
Yeah.
There's
How
games where Fields has 2. He had 2 in the fucking great game against Denver, did he not? He had 2 turnovers. I think it was a fumble and an interception, right? He had 2 turnovers.
The fumble, I don't blame that on him. The interception, I do. The fumble, I don't. Because he's getting whacked while he's turned around. But with
Okay, but maybe the same thing for Howell, you know? Maybe like, all right, maybe his receiver ran the wrong route. You don't know. It's just, I don't know.
No, his receiver didn't wrong. Okay, that interception where Greg Stroman picked him off, you can't.
Yes,
tell
that
me
was
his
great.
receiver ran the
Okay,
wrong
so now
route.
you're putting 1 interception on Howell, and what about the other one?
You really want to see the other one? You really want to see the other one that your quarterback did so good on? Let's see. Hold on. Let me find the absolute video.
I don't believe that he has a great surrounding cast, all right? But I do think that he's a solid play caller, and I don't know if he can be like, I don't know if he's like head guy material. Maybe that's why everybody's staying away from him. But I think he can call plays, and he can call plays within rhythm. I think there's something to be said about calling plays within rhythm. So that's what I've got on it, all right? Am I betting my fucking house on it? No. All right? No, I'm not betting my house on it. Oh, by the way, that's what's changed, right? That's what's changed since the last time we did the fucking show. I got a house.
I thought we...
I moved.
No, because you were...
I don't think I did the show from here.
Yeah, because you've lived there before the cruise.
No, we moved after the cruise. Yeah, that's what's changed. I have a house.
Well, there we go. I knew it
Cool
was
shit, I
something.
guess. Yeah. I don't know. It's been a while, but 2 hours in, I think I'm ready to wrap. That's it. That's all I got,
I
man.
gotta find this last fucking video for you.
All right. You didn't show me the interception?
Yep, gotta find this last video for you. You don't remember how that interception went down, do you?
I don't. I don't know if it was a tipped ball or what. I know the ball was like up in the air, but I don't know how that interception went down. I was probably just screaming, other!
That's very possible.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Shout out all the bets you made, all the money you made. On betting on turnover a couple times, aka other, as the drive analysis there.
So they're really making it hard to find this fucking thing right here.
They scrubbed it from the internet.
They're trying to. They're trying.
Does our boy Drunk Ryan Poles have it?
He might be the one I saw it to. That's where I gotta look at. Hold on. I'm sure I liked this picture. I've liked this video. I've liked this whatever it is. I gotta find it where it is.
Yeah, you kind of went on a little bit of a like spree last night, though. You were going off.
Absolutely. Where the fuck is it? Where? How is it so
Yes.
hard to find?
You're just trying to make this shit go longer. That's what you're trying to do. You're just trying to keep everybody still here.
Yeah, all of us are still here. You know, I gotta do here. I know how to find it.
I know what you gotta do.
I gotta go on YouTube. I gotta go. I'm sure they came out with the highlights of the game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna help you out now. I'm gonna help you out here. What do we got? We've got Was it in the first half or the second half, do you know?
I don't even remember. I know it was at the goal line.
Jesus.
It was in the red zone.
the
It
goal
was, when,
line.
it was when Jaquan Brisker got injured. But he came back out and he was fine. I think it had to be second half.
16 minutes worth of highlights. Oh, there's the Strowman pick. Found it. I'm Strowman pick here. Oh, that wasn't a pick.
I found it. I found
Oh,
it.
here's the goal line one. I think I found it too.
This right
Yeah,
here.
I did find it. Yeah.
This right here.
Stevenson came down with it, by the way.
This right here is your quarterback who's not bad, right? This right here is what we call the fuck it, he's down there somewhere pass.
Oh, it was on a 2-point try. That's why it didn't even count. Oh, come on. That's a 2-point try. That don't mean nothing.
That's fucking
That doesn't even
terrible.
count.
You could
That
have
doesn't
gave
even
up
count.
points. You could have gave up points. That does count. That 100% counts.
2
It's
points?
Terrible. Yes. Absolutely 2 points.
Still would have been a 2-score game.
I stand by my statement that he is not good. And Eric Bieniemy, not good either. I don't want him. Give
Hey,
me Harbaugh.
I stand by my statement. North Carolina quarterbacks, not good.
I mean, I'll stand
All right,
behind
sorry,
that,
Tar
too.
Heels. Not good.
I won't run from that one. I'll follow that one.
All right. Sam Howell,
Whatever.
not the best. All
We're
right.
gonna end that there,
Very,
though,
very
so,
much Mitch-esque to me.
What did we
all right?
learn? Don't hire Bieniemy. Don't hire Bieniemy. And don't hire Bieniemy. That's what I like to hear. All right, everybody.
And don't
Thanks for
draft Tar Heel quarterbacks. I follow that one. That's
That
one.
too.
That's one you
Don't
could get me
hire
behind.
Bieniemy, don't draft Tar Heel quarterbacks, and don't drink the water. There you go.
Don't drink the water.
It's the end here. So thanks for stopping by. This will be online real soon. We'll probably do some weird highlight shit and stuff. But other than that,
Yep.
thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll be back again next week. Finally, we'll be actually on a schedule.
Yep.
Well,
Yep. Got the house and everything under
We're all in
wraps.
order.
We're good. We're all in order. Yep. No more cruises. No more surprise cruises. We're gonna be
Goodbye,
back next week.
yes, sir. So goodbye, everyone. Have a fabulous Saturday. Yeah. And good luck on your teams tomorrow. Bengals fans will have the cyanide pills ready for you because if you lose, you're done. You're done.